Oh, why did I get up so early to record? I'm just kidding. I'm recording this on Wednesday. It is I Jerk, and this is Ermahgerd, Perch, Nerts September update. Well, you've all seen them. And real quick, before we get into the good, the bad, and the ugly, let me tell you what's going on in the background. This is a Grows a Cur first game. First, let me bonk this DD to life. Sorry, it's a Grows a Cur first game full secondary build for you to all be entertained by. I think we end up with over 300 secondary hits and, plenty of brawling and me sinking destroyers, because that's what you have to do when you play battleships. But where do we begin? 4 weeks, if not longer, I've been saying we need some Russian heavy cruisers, and we're getting dose. Pyotr Bagration, all you Russian viewers can tell me how badly I mutilated that, and the Stalin grind. Pyotr, I'm very excited for. You all know I love the Molotov and how it slaps around cruisers like that Batman meme. It could be just what the doctor ordered, but we will have to see what the Legends treatment it receives is. But it should be an AP beast, and I will happily grind that ship out, I'm guessing. But I should have it for a week to try for a bit, and I will let you all know more about that and what I think about it come next week. Next, the Stalingrad. The rumors were true. A 2 million Global XP premium ship. Well, I guess it's not premium, just a 2 million Global XP legendary tier ship, not premium, none of the premium bonuses. And woe was there much gnashing of teeth on the interwebs. The virtual spittle was flying, the keys on keyboards were getting crushed as everyone in their mother's basement raged at the fact that they would have to spend $260 to get this computer boat. Except, of course, that you don't. You don't have to get every ship, and you don't have to get it right now. And you can just be like a normal human being and slowly grow your global XP over time. You know, like a normal, sane person would. Now, I'm not saying it isn't going to take a while. It is. Hell, it's even going to take me a very long while, and that's okay. I don't know if you've played Legendary Tier, but the Stalingrad ain't exactly going to mix it up too much there. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad it's here, and I hope that Ouija lends it to me, or just give it to me, or just give me the doubloons to convert some Elite XP. But there just isn't a part of me that has FOMO with computer boats. To that end, I got my Super Tier 5 crate, and you know what I got from it? The DeGrasse. That's right, no Shinanomi, and I couldn't have been happier. So, if your forehead vein is pulsating at the thought of someone having a virtual boat you don't have, take a chill pill and call me in the morning. Okay, next up, we have the alternative line of Russian destroyers, and I'm happy about this too. 2 of them are unique to Legends, and I have no idea what really separates this line from the other, but I don't care. I'm not particularly happy that they're in early access, but that is because I simply don't like the early access mechanics of people buying crates to get ships that you can get for silver, but whatever. If I get them, I get them. If I don't, I don't. Either way, I will have to wait until the next update to be able to finally say, you the man, Udaloy. Transformers are coming back with a chance to get commanders from last time, which is good, as I want the one for Russian destroyers, Rumble, I think. But there's also some new ones which, in this version of the notes that I'm reading, sound at first glance pretty good. Aside from Starscream, because who cares about carriers anyway. But yeah, more pay-to-win commanders? I'm going to reserve judgment until we see the actual profiles of these commanders. We've got another 3 seasons of Arena with the beloved arms race bonuses levels. But if I'm not mistaken, I think that at the end of this update, or at the beginning of the next one, you will finally see the most dedicated players finally having the mighty Mo and promptly raging that it's not good enough. Whew. Running right through these because I wanted to get to my long sought after balance changes. So let's get into these. Longtime viewers know that I have 4 pillars of imbalance in this game that I want Wargaming to address. I want them to address destroyer concealment. I want them to address will to rebuild. I want them to address the imbalance of cruisers with their rudder shifts and heels at tier 7, and I want them to address invincible planes. And in this update, we are seeing Wargaming begin to address a couple of those, and while I don't think it's enough, it is a start, and the fact that they are starting is a good sign. So destroyer concealment has long completely been out of whack in this game, whether that be the Kamikaze or the Kleber or Shima or the ship that won't be named, or many of the other destroyers that can get below 5 kilometers of detection. And through a combination of nerfing Jerzy Swirsky and Eric Bay's base skills and the Fragile Threat perk, Wargaming is slowly but surely pushing up the minimum distance that destroyers can have to be spotted. Now, I'll be the first to say that I don't think this is going to go far enough. I think we will see the Kamikaze go roughly from like 4.2 kilometer concealment to maybe 4.5. So I still think there's a way to go, but it is a start, and I'm sure as they collect data, it will be continued to be addressed, but admitting there is a problem is the first step of recovery. So nice job, Wargaming. Alright, along with that, there are an assortment of buffs to some of the other skills, which hopefully will encourage destroyers to mix some things up, though I don't know that it will. And I can't remember what all these skills are, so we'll just have to sit down and look at all the commanders once this patch drops. Alright, now specific changes to specific ships. Number 1, Cleveland, nerf incoming to the tune of half a second longer reload. That's it? Nothing to make its rudder shift slower or take away its heels? Huh. Well, it's only been about a year since I first made a video saying that Cleveland needs nerfed, and again, I don't think this will go far enough, but it's a start to address one of the ships that needs balance terribly. Next up, Alaska dispersion decreased by 10%, penetration increased, faster repairs. Holy smokes! For those of you who are frothing for the Stalingrad, no need now. Make no mistake, this is a huge buff for Alaska. I was playing it some this morning for the first time in maybe 8 months, and I don't know if it's just that there are more below average players in Legendary tier now, but it was doing work. So these changes, these should temper your rage over not having Stalingrad. Nagato is getting a buff, Kagero is getting buffed again. Someday they'll realize there's just no making the Kagero good as long as you have that abomination in tier 7. Yamato nerf. Turret rotation is slowed, shell grouping is worse. Maybe in the next update they'll reduce the reload speed, but baby steps for now. And well, it wouldn't be an update without another Vanguard buff, and it's a big one, but primarily it is finally getting a decent rudder shift, so maybe now people will be able to fire all their turrets and then do the tuck. Onto the Germans. Bismarck. It's getting another buff. Jeez. Not sure that one's needed. Bismarck is in a very solid place right now, in my opinion. Derping in the Terp will become more enjoyable with a grouping buff and stronger torp tubes. In Francais, the Champagne is having its gun range increased. What good will that do when they still can't go beyond the map border? I kid. Better shell grouping, better reload, and better health regeneration. I don't know. It's still stuck in the wrong game. Gascon has the health regeneration increase too, and Mother Russia, the Gnevny, is getting a buff. I'm sorry, but no. I want everyone who plays that ship to go through the same pain that I did. Tashkent is getting the option of a repair party suite. In Italia, the Lione is getting a YOLO Linoleo option with an exhaust smoke generator. You know, this way you can torp rush those battleships with your 4 torpedoes that do all the damage of a Spitwad. Actually, this is pretty cool. I like this option. And all the tech tree Italian cruisers are getting an exhaust smoke buff, so that's neat, but it ain't sap. And then, tucked all the way down at the bottom of our patch notes, enemy destroyers are now more likely to become your secondary's priority target. It ain't manuals, but by golly, it's something, and that is the September patch notes hot take. And this is what I think about it all. I'm going to give this patch a solid 8 out of 10. I like the new ships being included to mix up the game. I appreciate that some of the imbalance is starting to get a first pass at being addressed. Sure, I wish there were new maps and that hotspot would enter regular rotation instead of weighted rotation. And I wish there were new regular commanders, but that's why this isn't a 10 out of 10. So overall, I'm pretty happy with this patch, unlike this shot, where if I just shot the superstructure, it would have been a Kraken. Ah well. Let me know what you all think about the new stuff below. I realize I didn't even mention the premium Japanese carrier coming this update, or the very interesting American destroyer. Like this video if you wanna, dislike it if you wanna, subscribe if you wanna, as we will return to our regularly scheduled programming in no time. And that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll get back out there for another one soon, and we'll talk then.